Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Niki Shah, and for my IB Research Theatre presentation, I will be performing No Theatre. Okay, so introduction. What is No? In the 1300s in Japan, two actors named Kaya Otsusugu and his son Zeimi Motokayo developed No drama. It is one of the greatest traditional forms of Japanese theater. In No plays, masked male characters employ highly styled dance and poetry and tell stories of ghost, doom, love, and revenge. The no mask is referred as ko-omoti, which in English translates to little face. It's a mask suitable for the roles of innocent young girls. Continued, what is No? No has a 650 years tradition and has been named as an intangible cultural heritage by United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. It performed in early 14th century, which makes it the oldest transmitted performance art in the world. The history of No. As I said before, it's oriented in Japan. Sangaku and Garakaku were the two types of performance in No theater. Sangaku is a public entertainment which includes comical performances, parodies, aerobatic performances, juggling, and magic. Sangaku spared among the commoners rather than the rich people were on top, as entertainment performed in temples and shrines. Gagaku is a solo music and dance, largely ceremonial, in the imperial courts and aristocrats' residences. Sangaku became Saragaku, which is the basic of No today, showing that No was developed from juggling and aerobatic performances. Continued. No was divided into Saragaku no, which in English translates to humorous mime, focusing on how skillfully the actor played the character, and Dengaku no, which means to express subtleness and insight through dance. And it was more symbolic rather than just copying the actual character. Both forms are organized by groups and it's led by a master, and this master has great control in how the play is going to go. Okay, so the roles of the character. The main character is called the Shite, who plays God, ghost of samurai, a woman, a mad woman, or any supernatural character such as a goblin or the spirit of dragon. The Vaki is the side character and it's a living person. The Vaki is often a wandering monk or a foe of the Shite. This creates a structure where the living person meets the Shite who seeks salvation through the living person. And No has minimal characters and therefore it can be performed by only two characters if necessary. Categories of No. No drama is classified into 5 categories. Number 1 is God. The Shite takes the role of the god promising peace, happiness, fertility, and of all grades, so of everyone living in that play. Number 2 is man, who is usually the warrior. The Shite often takes the role of a deceased man, such as the ghost of the samurai. Number 3 is woman. The Shite appears as the ghost of the woman, and usually the love of the female ghost keeps her on earth, which is why she wanders around in the play, which I will do later on in my Moments of the Theater. Number 4 is madness. The Shite takes the role of a crazy person. Madness does not mean mental insanity, but rather a situation where a person becomes frantic by thinking way too much seriously. This category can be also referred to as miscellaneous, which includes stories which are not classified in other categories. Number 5 is demon. The Shite performs as a demon or a spirit in an overwhelming dance accompanied by drums and spectacular music. I have some pictures of a mask and ancient No theater stage. As you can see, masks are very important for No theater. No theater stage. No theater stage is extremely simplified because because it does not have a drop or a drawn curtain between the stages and the auditorium, which is known as kensho in Japanese. Originally, it was performed outdoors, but it is now indoors, designed to look like an open air stage, white bit with roof, a gangway bridge, which is called hashigakari, and the pine trees planted in the bridge in perspective. It has a modest lighting to create natural light because first it was performed outdoors, but now it's not. In many cases, large jars are built under the main stage and the gateway bridge. This jars functions not only to enlarge and improve the sound of stepping, music, and speaking, because music for no theater is very important. I will get into that later. No stage. These are some terms used to describe some stage equipments on the stage. Columns provide markers for Shite, who has a limited vision because he's always wearing a mask. Kagamati is the backboard. It's always a pine tree. Jiutasaki is a chorus seating, and Atoza is a seating for musician. It's also known as Hayashi. Cocaine is a seating for a stage manager, and Hashigakari is the gateway bridge used to walk away and for scenes. Agemaku is the curtain for characters. Kagamimoma is the backstage, and Kensho is the audience seating. This has a basic version of how no theater is built today indoors. This is the curtain and the bridgeway. This is the shite parlor. This is the sounding board, the backstage, the sliding door, and this is where the audience usually is. Okay, the mask. I have been saying that masks are very important for no theater, and this is why. There are 60 basic types of masks and over 200 different kinds of masks. The covering the face with the mask is related to the transformation of a person. It's just like makeup used today in modern theater forms. It is said that no mask has an element of spell, which provides spiritual power to the no actor playing. Only the shite or his companion, which is known as the chishuru, John, wears a mask. The vaki is a living character, and therefore he or she does not wear it. Usually there is no mask assigned to a character rather than the type of mask to be used to design for each drama. Therefore it depends on the shite to decide which mask he will use, or the master to decide which mask the shite will use. Continued. It was originally based on more religious taste than artistic, but the focus toward this mask grew. Performance felt more and more need to conceal the change of their facial expression and the ugliness of their aged face, and they used the mask to do that. The no mask grew towards the modern age, mask designs grew significantly as mask makers became an independent occupation. Mask expressions. It is really hard, difficult to know this mask expressions if you don't know the rules for no theater. So if you're watching a no play, it will be easier if you know those traditional rules. No actors give expression through well-known gestures like teru and kumuru. Terasu is like raising a face slightly towards upwards to make the mask appear to smile. Kumoru is lowering the face slightly downwards to make the mask appear to weep. Simple and minuscule movement of the mask express the subtleness of human emotion. These are some basic type of masks included in no theater. The first one is called Jo, it's an elder. The second one is called Otaku, which is a man. The third one is called Ona, which is the woman. The fourth one is Kishin, which is the demon. And the fifth one is Orignio, which is the ghost of the spirit. I have, because for my movement of play, I'm doing the dance of the ghost, so I've made a mask which I'm going to pass it to the audience. Okay, so now props. As a rule, props are seldom and used on stage. The only exception is Tsukumoru. Tsukumoru is a large stage prop used to symbolize house, grave, ship, bed, or etc. It is built off a bamboo frame. It is meant to have a symbolic of item rather than recreated it. And you can see that there is a ship here, and there's a cobweb here, and they're both made of bamboo stakes. Chants and music. Music is very important in Noh theater. It's composed of vocal, which is known as yutai, and instrumental, which is known as hayashi. The yutai is performed by characters, or the jutai, which is the chorus, who describe the event, scenery, and emotion of the characters, but are not characters on stage. The music is very important because no characters or no actors have minimal to no dialogues. They express their emotion through dance and music. And there's no musical scale in utai, but rather determined by the shite or the chorus leader. Dance form. To perform Noh is to dance Noh, the literal translation. The specific parts of drama also include dance mai, which is the dance and music combined. Several types of specific dances are performed in each play, from a slow dance of a woman to a very fast dance of a demon. Even basic blocking is extremely detailed and done with precise movements. Okay, so the costume. The costumes are called no shoujuku. A typical costume includes the karaoke outer robe, which is extremely ornate, and usually a woman wears it, where you can see it right here. There are many rules for the color and styles of the costume, and the shite decide what to wear on stage as long as they follow those rules. The play that I'm going to act is the Dance of the Ghost. So some of the introduction of the play, the Ghost of Tamurao, that's the main character of the play. He is in armor and appears in the middle of the night. He tells the story that he once received an imperial order to conquer the enemy of the government at Mount Suzuka and to realize the security of the nation. He therefore led a force to visit Kanun, the deity of mercy, and prayed for the divine support through dance, which I'm going to act out the Dance of the Ghost. Personal reflection. What I learned through the process of doing this IB research presentation is I had minimal to no knowledge about Noh theater, and doing what directors do helped my director's notebook and my collaborative project, because I was the director of the collaborative project. It also made me realize that traditional plays like Noh has influenced the modern era of 2018 right now. And this is my bibliography. Thank you.